are body shots. The average fighter is only under 30%. He comes out and meets Vicente right in the middle of the ring and fires off a combination.
I think he did that, Joe, and I'm talking Magdaleno, to try to send a little subtle message to Vicente, because Vicente, that's how he likes to come out. He doesn't feel you out. He doesn't waste any time, as you see right here. Very aggressive. He wants to get to work right away.
Fanless atmosphere, but we want to remind you that you can be part of the crowd tonight because we are utilizing Hear Me Cheer, and it's available on any device, so your voice can be heard live during this main event fight. You can go to espn.hearmecheer.com if you want to take part. That's espn.hearmecheer.com to have your voice, your live reaction included in this main event.
Right now, Magdaleno is trying to maintain space. He's using his jab. They're both taking a look at one another at the moment. And Magdaleno's trying to set up that backhand. That's the reason why he's pawing with that jab.
Watch your feet.
And of course, Vicente, where he wants to operate inside the pocket. He wants to make it rough and dirty in the trenches with Magdaleno.
Vivo con los huecos, lleva tu tiempo, vas muy bien, Jessie, atento nada más, muy inteligente, eso es, mijo. Ajá, eso es, bien, bien, bien atento,
Jessie probing with that
Good shots to the gut
body.
early from Magdaleno. Yes, left hand is right on point, Joe.
Oh, he caught him!
There.
Vicente came in, and Magdaleno caught him and scored the knockdown.
6, 7, 8. Come to me. Let me gloves.
So 1 minute to go here in round one, and the former 122-pound titleist scores a knockdown here as a contending featherweight. Wide left hand, patience from Magdaleno.
La engorda, la engorda y se avienta. Sácale el piecito, sí, exactamente. Vivo con tu cabeza, no te confíes, Jessie.
You see Vicente now respecting the power of Magdaleno, and I have to let you guys know that Vicente's never been stopped before. He's been down, but he's never been stopped before. And if Magdaleno can stop him tonight, that's sending a message to the rest of this division.
Poquito de upper body nada más, mijo, para que no encuentre target. Perfecto. Muy bien, mijo. Excelente trabajo, Jessie. Tranquilito, eso es bueno ya, mijo. Que se vea quién está en control.
Got a bell, guys.
Scored in round number one. Let's take you through it and show you how he did it.
Here you see Magdaleno in the corner right here, just being very patient, blocked the left jab of Vicente and landed his own left hand here. Knocked it down, nice little short uppercut, and then came around with a right hook to send Vicente on the canvas.
It's that right hook, that short, impactful right hook that scored the knockdown.
You know, if Vicente's going to just operate outside like this, this is easy work for Magdaleno. Magdaleno was expecting a tough fight, a guy that was going to be very physical. But Vicente is choosing the box with him. A terrible game plan at the moment.
Well, I think Vicente is still clearing his head, Tim. It's still very, very early. Second round of a 10-round fight, so we'll see if Vicente can recover. But I do think Magdaleno needs to step to him just a little bit to test his chin to see if he's fully recovered. He may be able to get another shot through.
Let's check in with Bernardo.
Vicente.
So in Vicente's corner, his trainer said, look, he got caught, no doubt. But I like what he was doing when he got caught. He was feinting, and he's got to keep setting up that right hand. But you can never stop watching Magdaleno's left because he's very powerful.
Yeah, he feinted just before he took that step in, but then you know what happened with the exchange, and you saw the result.
You know exactly what Vicente is looking for. He's palmed with the left jab. He's sitting on the right hand. That's the punch he wants to land, and that's the punch you land against a southpaw, but he needs to find a better way to set it up. This is too easy for Magdaleno.
Stop. Let him out.
Vicente's been very active in recent years. 3 fights in 2018, 3 fights in 2019. Now, of course, everybody's been on the shelf for 3+ months before coming back this week. You know, it's interesting talking about very active. How about that list of 3 fight nights next week on ESPN, including Emmanuel Navarrete, the most active world champion there is, next Saturday night on ESPN from Mexico City. Searching for that left hand. Vicente trying to find an opportunity for the right hand.
Vicente's having a hard time with the speed of Magdaleno. He's having a hard time gauging the distance.
Joe, Tim, and Dre with you here. Bernardo ringside there in Vegas as we call the fight remotely. Round number 3 between Jessie Magdaleno, yinefel Vicente. Magdaleno throwing 52 punches, landing 12. Vicente throwing 19 punches, landing 3. Of those 12, of course, was the power punch, the short right hook to score the knockdown the first round for Jessie.
Stop.
That's just smart by Jessie Magdaleno to tie up Vicente in the inside, now allow him to work. Vicente got where he needed to be, and Magdaleno didn't allow him to work. That's great work by Magdaleno, being smart in there.
Jessie Magdaleno, who in a great feature with Mark Kriegel and a visit we had with him last night, discusses how turned things around in his life. And Tim, he made the point of saying that he's vegan during training camp now. He says forcing himself to eat spinach and romaine lettuce and tomatoes, and all he drinks is lemon water and teas. You've been down that path before. You understand the benefit it can have for a fighter.
Yes, it's the easiest way to make weight, ladies and gentlemen. If you go vegan, you leave that meat alone, the cheese alone, you will definitely lose weight. Plus, it gives you some great energy as well. It's like putting high-octane fuel in your body into a car. You know what I mean? That's the way it's like. You feel great, your head is clear, and you feel strong.
I respect it, Tim. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Hey, I get it. Not everyone can do it, but that just shows you, if you become vegan, you serious about your sport. I promise you that. You serious.
And with the amount of steakhouse dinners this crew has on the road typically when we're all together, it's almost blasphemous to discuss vegan.
Yeah, we converted Timothy Bradley back from veganism just from all those steak dinners.
Yes, you have. You know, I thought this fight was going to be
best thing you can do. The best thing you can do if you're a boxer facing an aggressive guy like Vicente has hurt him early to the head or to the body, then you'll see the puncher and the aggressive fighter doing what Vicente is doing right now. He's slightly out of character. He's still plodding forward, but he's thinking twice before he lets any shots go. Magdaleno needs to take advantage of that and start letting his hands go.
You can see that, how he's been somewhat neutralized with what happened with that right hook in round number 1. End of 3 here from Vegas. Dre, I often want to turn to you when we get a situation like this where the more experienced fighter, the fighter that has a better resume and a little more hand speed, a little more skill, does something early, gets out in front, you say, okay, where's the hope lie? What hope is there? Watch the left hand of Vicente here.
Right, this is the hope right here. He has to get inside, just like he does right here. He kind of missed the right hand, but he stepped out and landed a beautiful left hook. But the problem with Vicente, we see another angle right here. Steps out, lands a perfect left hook to the chin of Magdaleno, but he has to sell out to get that shot. And being that he's been knocked down early, he's hesitating and he doesn't want to let the shot go as often as he should.
But Tim, that's what it's going to take, right? He's just got to go through that front door and commit to it and get what happened out of the first round out of his mind, because that's when he went down in the first round. Feinted his way in, got to the inside, and then the hand speed and the skill of Magdaleno floored him.
Yeah, you know, he got to do something before he gets to where he needs to go. Oh, low blow right there.
Low blow, and then a punch came in as Robert Byrd was calling for the break. So Magdaleno is laid out on the canvas. Watch what happens here. There's the low blow, no doubt about it. Now watch the ref come in, but he doesn't get there in time, and he can clearly see that he's affected by the low blow. In fact, Robert Byrd's arm is sweeping across, trying to stop the punch.
You know, I say this. Protect yourself at all times. Robert Byrd was late on it, but you must protect yourself at all times.
Well, we're going to have to hear from Bernardo on this, but Robert Byrd, who is bilingual, and there are no fans there, there's no crowd there, so Robert Byrd's break instruction or stop or pause can clearly be heard. You have to assume he heard it. We'll try to listen for it too. But then physically he's coming in as well.
I'll let it go on, but I'm going to take 2 points. Okay.
If he says he's go on.
Let's listen in here to what's happening.
If he doesn't say that, then the fight's over. That's right.
All right, so you heard the exchange with Robert Byrd and the commissioner, Bob Bennett. And what he basically said is, if Jessie Magdaleno can continue, I will deduct 2 points from yinefel Vicente. But obviously, if he can't continue, the fight's over.
You tell me if and when you're ready.
It is definitely a foul. It's an illegal punch that caused this.
Five.
He gets 5 minutes.
You got a 5-minute clock, right?
Yeah.
We're at 1:30. Thank you.
So we're 90 seconds into the allotted 5 minutes that Magdaleno gets.
Guys, I believe it was the punch afterwards that hurt Magdaleno, the right hand that he took.
Yeah, I mean, he threw
on the way
went
down.
For a
yes,
knockout.
that punch.
Yes, there was a low blow, and then there was the I'm going for it all blow to the head. Here's exactly what happened in real speed as Magdaleno is up on his feet, well within the 5-minute window. If he wants to continue, it'll be a point deduction, 2-point deduction for Vicente. But let's go back and show you in real speed. Watch this. Watch the low blow, and then watch him go head hunting.
No. Over there. Time.
Look, that was an illegal blow. It was. But the punch afterwards, I always say you got to protect yourself at all times. You can't be looking at the referee saying it's a low blow. The referee's going to be there. He's the closest man to the action. And if he sees that, he'll step in.
Yeah, for me, Joe, that's a borderline situation. It started with the low blow, obviously. Byrd was getting in there. As Vicente was throwing the punch, he could have backed off. He's not really obligated to if the referee doesn't get in there. It's a timing thing.
Jessie,
it was a dirty
stay
shot.
There. Stay right there.
It's a tough situation. I'm glad Jesse's up.
2 points.
He's going to pay for it, though.
2 points. Right here. 2 points right here. Listen, when I tell you stop, pare, that's what you have to do. Okay? Okay. No, that's what I'm talking to you. Okay? When I say that, you got to listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? Obedezca en lo que digo. Cool? All right, stay.
Half in English, half in Spanish for yinefel Vicente from the
good?
Dominican Republic, but he also lives in Miami.
Roll time.
But clearly,
Time in.
Robert Byrd gave him the admonishment of a 2-point deduction and what he had to say, and Jessie Magdaleno makes a decision to fight on here. And now look at the pace.
Listen, this isn't anything. This isn't anything new from Vicente. You know, when he fights in a leaning posture. He squats down, gets low, and a lot of times in his fights, he's hitting guys with low blows. This isn't anything new.
Get off his neck. Get off his neck. Stop.
Well, look, he did it. You can go back and forth about was the right hand borderline, not borderline. At the end of the day, if you're Jessie Magdaleno, you got up and you need to pay. You need to make Vicente pay for what he did if you felt like there was an injustice done.
Over there. Over there.
Let's go to Bernardo, who's there ringside.
There it is again.
There it is again.
Another low blow.
1 point.
Another point deduction.
1 point.
So 3 points gone from yinefel Vicente.
Well, I mean, he's really teetering on a
It's happened. He had a
DQ
no
right here.
contest against Luis Zambrano in May of 2011. Was unable to continue due to low blows, and then in his loss against Tremaine Williams, he had 2 points deducted for low blows. So this is old hat for this fighter, yinefel Vicente.
Yeah, in the fight against Tremaine Williams, those were in consecutive rounds as well. He had just gotten a warning in the 6th round of that fight, and then came back and had another low blow in the 7th round of that fight. So he has a -3 in point deductions here in this 4th round.
It's frustration, Joe. He can't do what he wants to do, and he's getting hit. He got knocked down, and he's allowing his frustration to get the better of him, so he's starting to be dirty. That's what's happening right now.
He fights with a low center of gravity, and a lot of times when he's swinging that right hand, he's not looking at where he's swinging at.
Got a bell coming. Bell. But let's keep this fight clean, okay? Keep it clean. Limpio. All right. All right. Here we go. Let him go. Let him go, Jess. Let him go. There you go.
Round number 5, scheduled for 10. Vicente was knocked down in the 1st round, -3 points in the 4th round. The frustration mounting.
See, even though Vicente right now is kind of posturing
right
as
now,
if he wants to take control of this fight, this is a real good place right now for Magdaleno, because Vicente is unraveling psychologically right before Magdaleno's eyes, and he needs to take advantage of that. If he wants to be a bully and if he wants to foul, treat him like one. Hit him as often as you need to, and get aggressive, because this guy is really just falling apart right now.
Now tied up on the inside.
You don't have to run from a guy like that.
I think it's the other way around, Dre. I think that Magdaleno's the one that's frustrated. He's the one that took the low blow. And Vicente is still stocking forward, trying to get what he needs to get. And that's to Magdaleno.
He's posturing, Tim. He's posturing. We didn't see Vicente have this kind of posture since he got knocked down until after Magdaleno went down from the foul. That's when he woke up, and I'm talking Vicente. That's when he started to feel himself and feel good. Up to that point, he was going along with the schedule and going along with the script, just like Magdaleno wanted him to.
That was my point, Dre.
Right lead from Vicente.
You know, it's dangerous right now. I would keep away from the body right now. He's already had 2 point deductions already.
Yes! Oh! Just timed it. Right in between punches, Magdaleno's 2nd knockdown scored.
7, 8. Come here.
Check right hook.
Your gloves. You okay? Stop here.
2 knockdowns scored now by Jessie Magdaleno.
Nice, beautiful check hook by Magdaleno. Catching Vicente on the way in.
Jessie Magdaleno flashing that hand speed and scoring the 2nd knockdown of the night for him. So he has 2 knockdowns scored. And Vicente in another round has a -2 foul and a -1 foul.
Tesh, you want to know why that punch hurt?
Please.
The reason why that punch hurt was because Vicente walked right into it. That's why it hurt. It wasn't a lethal punch at all. It was almost like a jab.
He only turned it just a few inches, Timmy. But coming forward and the timing of it, you get the impact.
Yes. Yes.
No. Let him up.
If Magdaleno makes up his mind that he wants to stop Vicente, he can stop him.
Watch your feet.
Vicente is posturing. He's not doing a lot offensively. He wants to posture as if he's in control. Every time Magdaleno gets a good shot through, Vicente goes down. That's why he was frustrated. That's why he started to foul. If Magdaleno wants to take over this fight, he can take over this fight. Can't be fooled by the posture. You got to read through that and go to work.
Three-punch combination from Jessie Magdaleno.
The shot that Magdaleno is worried about is the right hand of Vicente. Vicente has some punching power in that right hand.
Okay, that's the only shot he's got to worry about. What else has Vicente thrown that you got to be worried about? You process that, you step in, and you go to work.
If there's another one, Timmy, there's going to be a DQ here.
So Vicente better stop going to the body.
Loading up that right hand, Magdaleno. See it a mile away. One of the great, passionate fight families in the business, the Magdalenos.
Vicente has no answers but to paw with the jab and hope he can land a big right hand. He's not doing anything else. They've been in that same scenario all night long. Vicente got knocked down twice trying to be the aggressor. And like I said, Magdaleno can step it up and get Vicente out of there if he makes up his mind.
I think Magdaleno needs...
Stop, I got you.
Looks like a glove touched the canvas that time as he awkwardly came forward.
I think Vicente needs Magdaleno to step it up in order to have some offense.
Nearly got that check hook again. End of 6. Live boxing. Boxing is back, night number 2. This is the way things will be going. Top Rank Boxing will be with you every single Tuesday and Thursday. Full cards. We're showing you everything. Tonight we had some thrilling 4-round fights with lots of action. We had a 10-round co-feature with Adam Lopez shining bright, and this has been a wild, absolutely wild main event with some of the antics that we've seen here. Magdaleno's been in complete control against Vicente with 2 knockdowns scored, but the 4th round included 3-point deductions for fouls for yinefel Vicente. 2 low blows, and after the first low blow, a headshot on the break.
No. Let him out.
This has been the same sequence we've been seeing all night long. Magdaleno pawing with the jab. So is Vicente looking for one shot. And Magdaleno looking to time Vicente as he comes forward.
Remember, Jessie Magdaleno is currently the #1 contender in the WBC, #4 in the WBO at featherweight. He feels very confident in what lies ahead for him. Just get through tonight, stay the course, see if a title shot comes your way.
Magdaleno's fighting a decent fight right now, fellas. He's winning these rounds. He's landing some good shots. I just feel like he can do more. If he's going to compete with the big dogs at 126, namely Gary Russell, you got to learn how to get a guy like Vicente out of there. You got to sometimes fight fire with fire, bite down on your mouth guard, slip inside and say, okay, you want the action? I'm going to give you what you're looking for and then see what happens. That's the only, I'm not talking about Magdaleno challenging for a title. If he wants to win one, he's got to be able to get through guys like this. Not with ease, but in a way where you feel like he's the boss. And I'm not seeing that right now. And when you let a guy like Vicente hang around, he can land a big shot. That's why you can't play around with a guy like this.
Just like he did. Exactly what he did right there. Vicente got in the range and he bombed some some big bombs to the body on Magdaleno. Some big shots, heavy shots. And you can tell that Magdaleno did not like it.
Fuera, limpio. Let's go.
Vicente needs Magdaleno to show weakness in order to have success and be confident. You can't give him what he's looking for.
Let him go, Jess. Let him go. You're holding.
It's the only time he's been successful is when Magdaleno's showing weakness from getting hit low, or if he stands in place and allows Vicente to hit him.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got a bell, guys.
And has had it his way, as Vicente has had to overcome some frustration. As Dre said, for many rounds, posturing. Round number 8 scheduled for 10. The capper of Top Rank Boxing, the return of boxing on this Thursday night. We will be back with you on Tuesday, June 16th, with Josh Greer, top 10 bantamweight in the world. He's from Chicago, has an amazing backstory. And then a week from tonight, it is Jose Pedraza and the undefeated 20-year-old prospect, Gabe Flores, is scheduled to be on that card as well.
If I'm in the corner of Vicente, I'm telling him, keep applying pressure, stop hesitating, let both your hands go. If I'm in the corner of Magdaleno, I'm telling him, I need to see another gear. Step it up, be smart, but close the show and let's go home.
Watch your feet, guys.
One area I would like to see Magdaleno improve in is in the inside. Learning how to take care of himself in the inside, taking the body shots away from his opponent, stepping to him, throwing short, crisp, tight shots in the inside. He won't have to fight like this all night. He can do exactly what you're saying, Trey. Step to Vicente and put some pressure on him and get him up out of there.
He landed a nice 3-punch combination right there. Every time Magdaleno lets his hands go, they're crispy, they're powerful, and he lands. Why not do it more often?
I can't help but agree with Dre. For a guy who's going for a world title, who wants to reestablish himself in the game, Jessie Magdaleno is ceded too much to a guy who tried to bully him.
All right, stop. Step up, step up, step up, step up, step up. I'll tell you one more time. Keep your punches up. Keep your punches up.
And yet another warning from Robert Berg to keep the punches up.
I always say styles make fights. You know, I don't totally agree with that. I think he's ready for a world championship. He just needs to get past this man. This man has a difficult style. He's posturing, he's coming forward, and he's strong.
What you think the champions are going to be, Tim?
Exactly.
Different style. Different style.
Vicente trying to be much the aggressor.
Nice little exchange right here from both guys.
Magdaleno covering up. Magdaleno, Timmy and Dre, and you get the sense of just, you know, obviously complete awareness of the way these scorecards are shaping up here. He's got 2 10-8 rounds, and he's sitting there with, you know, that 4th round where Vicente's hanging on a 10-6 round with 3 points being deducted, and you know you can bring the thing in for a soft landing. So is there need to even step in, need to make a statement, need to take risk? So comfortably up so early in the fight.
I think you got to factor in where Jessie is in his career right now. You got to factor in what he overcame after the Dog Bay loss. He's not an undefeated guy with a shiny record anymore. You're not going to get a lot of chances. And if you want to make your case for a title shot and have people even remotely believe that you can win it, you got to put on statement fights against guys like this.
Let him up, let him up. Here we go.
Normally, I'm the hard one, Dre. Wow. You the hard one tonight, baby.
I've been around you too much, Timmy.
I think differently. I think that Magdaleno should continue to do what he's doing. Box, don't stand still, and catch Vicente on the way in, like he was able to produce two knockdowns.
Almost mirror images, each of those knockdowns. So Vicente coming in, opening up, and then the hook lands from Magdaleno, and Vicente went down.
I just want to see his inside game improve.
Tim, I'm hard on him because I've seen glimpses in this fight of what he can do. He'll have glimpses where he'll get off, and I'll say, man, that's strong, that's powerful. He's just not doing it enough.
Fair enough, Dre.
Left hand to the body from Vicente before they tie up.
Watch your heads, okay?
That uppercut is available for Magdaleno.
Like right there.
Vicente, you see him leaning down right in front. It's available, but he has to gamble. He has to time it perfectly because he can get hit over the top with the right hand of Vicente. But it is there.
Reminder, Sports Center is coming up next once we wrap up things from Vegas. And then we will be back with Top Rank Boxing on Tuesday, June 16th, and Thursday, the 18th, as well as a special attraction from Mexico City on Saturday, the 20th. And then Mike Rodriguez was bending over the ropes, and I believe it was Mike who said, we've got the lead and we have the ball. So 3 minutes to go. And the plan would be from that corner. And there it is again, as Magdaleno complaining of a low blow to start round number 10.
I got time.
Third time tonight. Let's take a peek here. Watch the right hand.
Take your time, Jesse. Take your time. Stay there. Low blow 5.
Honestly, that looks like it's
you tell your man not to hit him low.
Intentional. That's intentional.
Hello.
Yeah, that is terrible.
He
That's
gets 5
intentional
minutes
right
to recover.
there.
He's already done that a few times tonight.
That's his third. That's his third one. He should have been DQ'd.
Okay.
I would have expected that if there was one more, it's a DQ. But Robert Byrd is sitting here saying we got 2 minutes and 42 seconds left.
Yeah, yes. 1 point. Low.
Okay.
Fight is over.
4 points
1 point. Low.
in point deductions
1 point.
for Vicente.
Low. Keep your punches up. I've been telling you all fight. All the way back. All the way back. All the way back. Are you ready to go? All right. Time in. Let's go.
3 points taken away in the 4th round and a point taken away here in the 10th round. And in that 4th round, keep in mind, there was the low blow and then there was the headshot as Byrd was coming in to separate them and make sure that they had given Magdaleno the time to recover. Bernardo,
once again,
what
you see Vicente. Oh, sorry about that, Joe.
Fuera, limpio.
2 point deduction and 1 point deduction and 1 point deduction. Here in Nevada, there's not an automatic 3-point deduction disqualification, and that's why the fight is continuing. We had the 2 point deduction, a single point deduction, and now in this round, another single point deduction, but it's not an automatic disqualification in the state of Nevada.
It's not automatic, but it is at the full discretion of the referee to have a DQ if he decides. He's the sole arbiter of that.
You know, folks at home, you guys gotta understand, you see in Magdaleno, he's not doing much right now. He's trying to recover from the low blows. Them low blows, oh, another one right there.
Stop.
The low blows take so much out of your legs, you know, and it's late in the fight also, so fatigue is set in as well.
That's it.
Ridiculous.
Timmy, maybe something is wrong with me, but I'm going to recover a lot faster by getting some get back and hitting you.
He just DQ'd him. Robert Byrd. I mean, what more was Robert Byrd to do? 10th round here. He comes out, and as you said, Tim, you felt it was purposeful, the low blow that opens up the 10th round. And then he goes there again, and it's just too much. Here's the final low blow, and Robert Byrd said, I've had enough tonight. I've done my job. You're not doing yours.
The fight's over. Yeah, he's DQ.
Yeah, sweeping right hand. And then digs down again.
Whatever, you have to score a partial round. You just score it as a partial round. They score a partial round, right?